Alright, we're down here on the Gold Coast now at a friend's shop, and he does have a YouTube page, doesn't post very often, called Drift Zilla, but straight up, you're greeted at the entrance by the freaking hell is this?
4-rotor, 8 throttle body construction of some sort.
How do you, is this going to be your car?
Yes.
How do you fit?
I'm just tall, you're wide, so we both might struggle, you know?
Yeah, but like, you had that FD at your shop and they had to like cut the floor out and drop the floor. He's like...
Well, originally, I never used to have an overhoop cage, and I was fine. But now that it's got a full cage, it's been dropped down like maybe 2 inches.
You dropped the floor down?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Just so you got room for a helmet as well.
Is that normal to run 8 throttles?
No.
No? They normally just run a single throttle for each.
Yeah. Yeah.
Each thing?
No one's done that as yet. So.
Yeah, that is.
Made, like, I've made majority of it and had stuff machined up and whatever. So as far as I know, it's like a
you've got fancy machines. I knew you had fancy machines as well. We should have brought that bush down that we need done. A little bush that I need done on my 8.6. Yeah, this thing looks sick.
Yeah, it's one of those builds that never seems to end.
Carbon. What box?
G-force.
Ah, sick. Oh, the left shifter, yeah. Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
Are they 20s?
19s.
19s.
19 by 11s and 19 by 13s.
They look so much bigger in 19s. Like mine are 18s, but they look like ridiculously crazy big.
Yeah.
Yeah, rad. It's nice. This is not helping my considering taking the turbo off my S13 and going LS with throttles. Well, going throttles on my LS. I love throttles. I really do.
Yeah.
Boston, with a big Hot Wheels car. This one's a big Hot Wheels car.
It's a burnout.
It's a burnout car? Yeah. Story. How long have you been driving with the team for?
Probably a year and a half now.
Oh, year and a half.
Yeah.
Is this the old V? It was a VE?
Yeah. So that was, he actually got 2 of them. So these were both cars that Holden tested before they actually started making them. So these were the ones they drive out in the desert and do all that.
Yeah.
And then he managed to get his hands on they're pretty much the first 2 once they went to VE.
Ah.
So that's how he ended up with them.
So, because I drove one of Mingay's Utes at Phillip Island doing a drift demo one year.
It would have been this one or Bulger's one or whoever's it was at the time.
Yeah, that was literally like, that was a long time ago. That was like, VEs were like new, so it would have been like pretty early into it, yeah. Yeah, it was definitely in the, it was before 2010. Alright, so anyway, he does demos all around Australia with this car, obviously at V8 Supercars when there is V8 Supercars, because how's that affected you guys now with everything being like, you pretty much shut down for...
Big time. You're in the same boat, like every racetrack in Australia is pretty much shut down, so it's just a waiting game at the moment. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of like race cars just sat up, and if you've been watching the vlogs for a while, you'll know, well, you might remember this car. At least a few of these are from me.
I'd say all of them.
All of them?
Yeah, at least on that side anyway.
Yeah. So he commented on my Instagram one time. I can't remember, what did you comment? You commented something.
When you straight lined and locked up the fronts, I gave you a bit of grief.
Oh,
and
that's
then
right.
This was retaliation.
Yeah, I was like, all right, next time you come, I'm going to paint the side of your car.
But we're turboed now.
Yeah.
So we might
we're
keep
turbo?
Up.
Well, we're in the middle of turboing.
No. So when we did Mitsuri, just I sort of left you behind and you were like, oh.
Oh, yeah, it was going heaps better. And I was like, oh.
So
when you first took off, I'm like, I don't remember that thing being that fast. He's done something.
My mate Brad and I both bought them together, and we both run them in your track for a long time, and they were pretty good. Like, they were a lot of work because they make no power.
Yeah.
But it's sort of what we wanted, just sort of like push your limits. You got to drive, flat out all the time, or else you don't make it around. So did that for a while, and then we wanted to be able to do QR, and we had Mitsuri coming up, so I was like, all right, let's turbo, and so I turboed the both of them. We put T25s on them.
This was NOS for a little bit, wasn't it?
Yeah, had NOS on it, but it's just too expensive. Like,
yeah, filling it all the time.
A bottle a night, and you know, it's an extra $100 on top of your tyres and stuff. So,
or a 25 turbo, which is about $100 as well, and it lasts for plenty of track.
$100 for it.
Yeah.
From Dave at JPP. And yeah, all we've done is some stock Corolla injectors. It's got a fuel cut defender. I made up like a dodgy steam pipe manifold.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, they're making.
And then what? Fuel pressure reg.
Yep, and a bigger pump. So real basic stuff. It's like motor's untouched. I haven't even changed the oil. Like, when I did the oil drain, I pierced the sump with full of oil and welded the bung on with it full of oil. So it's never had an oil change. Don't recommend it, but did it anyway. But they've been so reliable. Like we've done, I don't know, 15 or so events with them, and this is the first time something's happened. It's done a clutch, so
extra power. Yeah, it's done a number on the clutch. But that was at QI, was it?
Yeah. And like there wasn't too many people using them, and they were a bit of an unknown thing. But I was like, man, it's basically Toyota, so it's got to be.
They're a JZX. I don't understand why more people don't use them in general, because they are a JZX. Yeah. Like the front suspension is JZX 110, and the rear is 100. Like everything bolts in.
So they handle really good. They're nice and light. They're a good size. Like they are affordable, but they're still quite small.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've enjoyed throwing around. They've been good.
Yeah, I drove a super epic one at Nürburgring, full drift setup one, 700 or 800 horsepower 2J, left-hand drive with G-force, all of that, and like the thing was amazing, like really amazing.
Yeah,
but they're fun as a thrasher, but you know you can go nuts on them as well.
But it's still got the luxuries. It's got power bride seat.
Power bride seat.
Just use the factory rail.
Yeah, because Bo Yates, another pro drifter in Australia, he's going like all out on one. He doesn't half do anything, but he's like taken, stripped it, gone bananas on it. I think sort of misses the point on a cheap missile car. He's like spending so much time and effort on it, but you know his is probably going to be pretty damn light.
Oh, yeah.
And you definitely could. You could get so much weight out of this if you wanted to, but you got a turbo now, so you don't need to.
Yeah, no, it's fine now.
Yeah.
But it owed me $2,500 done with the turbo, everything.
Oh yeah, with the turbo.
Yeah, so you can't beat that.
You cannot. He's got all these cool tools, toys, but this is probably the thing that I was most interested in, which I kind of saving the best for last in my opinion. Being that we've just been at my home working flat out on my 8.6, check this out. Thing is absolutely gorgeous. So this thing is not only immaculate, it's got a little something under the bonnet. Okay, you got to show. Not that the plates give it away. I think the plates are a minor giveaway, but this thing is super sick. You had it for sale a little while ago, didn't you?
Yeah, it's currently for sale.
Why? Why would you sell such a thing?
Well, I've had it for a long time and wouldn't mind using the money and putting it into the other car and get that finished. And I just really don't drive it that often, so.
Yes. So obviously 13B peripheral port.
Yeah, so it's a side-fed peripheral port. So it's a pretty rare thing. They
What is that? I don't even know what that means, to be honest.
Well, back in the 90s with improved production in Australia, they banned peripheral porting. So this was a way of sort of hiding it, and so all the dodgy guys made it this way so you couldn't see it. So all the porting's all internally. So a standard port would come in through your plates, right? The 3 plates. But now it comes in through the housing as well. And then it's linked up through the water jacket of the housing as well. So pretty much you can imagine port, like air's coming in from here, here, here. Like so 3 different spots for the one rotor. And it's all linked up through the water jacket as well.
So did you get this off of someone that was like cheating in the racing, or did you do this yourself?
Nah, so I had a 13B, a turbo one that I wanted to peripheral port it, and when I rocked up, he's like, well, I've got this. It's been around for years. This is quite an old motor. This is out of an RX5.
Yeah.
So the very first 13Bs. And he just had it sitting there. I said, well, I'll do your deal, and I ended up with it.
Yeah,
So,
what's
but since then,
BP spell?
Huh?
What does BPP spell?
It's a 13B, and it's peripheral ported.
What's that mean?
Well, I have the same attitude. I just found out a little bit, but I'm still confused.
so since I brought it up in, I did a full rebuild on it, so everything's balanced. Everything's done just so much nicer. It revs to 13 grand.
13 grand. I was literally about to ask what you spin it to. 13 grand.
So 13 grand, but there's 2 settings on the computer, but at the moment it's at 10.5 grand just to try and save the bearings a little bit, but it will do it.
What ECU?
It's Microtech now.
Yeah. All these little things, like the jet thing painted, engine bay's been smoothed, obviously. Little carbon panel there. I like that. I want that. It opens so nice as well. God, you're making me feel really bad about my 8.6. Boston, calm down. Super clean inside. Fried carpets. What kind of car is this, Boston?
Huh?
What kind of car is it?
How'd you like it?
Yeah, you know. What is that? That's a Drift King.
What?
Drift King. Can you say Drift King?
Which things?
Drift King.
Drift
Wait,
King.
don't. So that's a cool fun fact. These little splitters here that are on the side of the car, which I was sussing out to try and work out, sort of where you got them from. It turns out there's FD splitters off an FD RX5, which makes sense. He has an FD sitting over there. Might have to rip the side skirts off my car and go with the splitters because that looks super sick. It's loud, very loud. Alright, that's freaking amazing. There's so many good things I have to do to my 8.6. Man, wild. What are you doing?
We'll bring the other one in.
Oh, okay.
Try.
Yeah, it's a bit too red hot to drive Hot Wheels out on the street, I'm guessing. But man, that thing is batshit crazy cool. Oh, another thing I had to point out, which you did tell me about off camera, is this. If you look at this closely, guys, can you see it actually has like a ghost camo in it? So if you look carefully in the paint, it's actually camo. So there we go, I can kind of... Oh, what are you doing, camera? Zoom. There we go. So that isn't a problem with the paint. That is literally designed to be like that. It might be able to see it better on the roof.
Daddy.
So I think he was saying they spent about 40 hours in the booth doing this paint. Oh my God, Scarlett, what is that?
It's a racing seat for me.
Whoa, Recaro, what do you say?
Thank you. Look.
That is perfect size too, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a bit little, but
No,
I like it.
that's perfect. This is sick. Can people buy these?
Yeah, they can. Just go onto my Instagram, drift_Zilla, and shoot me a message and I'll flick it off to you.
Sick. That's rad. This one's mine. Unbelievable. Thank you so much for inviting me down. This is, yeah, it's a fair few goals here that need to somehow eventuate one day. One day, this is, yeah. Build quality on your Corolla is what I'm looking for in all of my stuff, basically.
Yeah, I like my things nice.
Yeah,
You can wear
that's
this
fair.
tomorrow.
Except for the IS.
Oh yeah.
We can keep bashing that
You
up.
got to be smart about it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm literally constantly putting new panels and stuff because I don't want my Z to be bashed up. I want it to be straight, but shit happens.
Yes, it's way more fun bashing though.
Yeah. Oh, it's like a few little taps. Like that's all just time.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like bash. So,
No,
it's
it's my
rad.
shirt.
Is that your shirt?
Yeah. It's a long sleeve for me. But it's just too big
Oh, wow.
for me.
What a day. Completed a lot on the 8.6. Got to come down here and basically see how it should be done. And what can I say? Thank you, Huey. Thanks for Russ to give me a hand today. Don't forget you can grab all my merch at lukefink.com. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Peace out, bye.